What's up, guys? We're jumping right into it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about right now. I have a couple of verses here that I really liked, and I'm going to try to start practicing flipping to them in my Bible, just because I'm not even sure where like a lot of these passages even are, and I would have a really hard time to find them. So I'm going to start practicing by every time I talk about some verses in the channel or on the channel, I'm going to practice physically flipping to them and having my Bible in my hand, just because I think that's important. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about how one of my best friends, is getting baptized tomorrow, and I'm extremely happy for him. And I think I want the message to kind of be that, it's great, it's amazing. I know it's going to change his life. I know it's going to make him into a new creature. And I understand the importance of what, being baptized shows, how it's a visual representation of being, dead and born again as a new person, a new creature, because it says once you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you are a new creature. And it's a good visual representation of that. And not to knock on my best friend at all, but I don't believe you need to be baptized. I do think it's a great placeholder for, a milestone in your life. I was baptized myself. My kids are going to be baptized. Hopefully it's going to be their own accord. And I might get, baptized again down the line, because I think it's a great representation. I think it's a good, like I said, fork in the road to just show, like, I am now going to take this stand, and this representation, this physical action that I am doing is showing that I am going to make a change in my life and become reborn, and kind of re-accept Jesus into my heart. And I might have accepted him in the past, but I haven't been lived in that sort of way. So, not saying that it's not a great thing. I think it's an amazing thing, and I'm super happy for him. But I'm going to kind of talk about how not only is it not necessary, but not that it is unnecessary. And bear with me here, because I'm going to try to. I have been doing this basically the entire time I've been doing this series for the year. I've been trying to do no cuts and just talking to the camera and being very off the dome and genuine with you guys. And this one here, I know I'm going to struggle with a lot, just because I didn't do any type of preparation like I would like to. In the past, I kind of have like a little script or something I want to, some points I want to make sure I hit. Here, I don't have any points. I have this one verse right here. I'm going to try to find it. Proverbs. I literally have no idea where Proverbs even is in my Bible, so bear with me here. Okay, that's got to be lucky, because I landed on that pretty quickly, but in reality, I shouldn't have found that as fast. Okay, it's Proverbs 3:5-6. So, oh, my girlfriend's calling me. I'll call her back. She'll be okay. I'll call her back in 1 second. Okay, Proverbs 3:5-6. See, I'm not good at this. I need to get better at it. And especially with this Bible in particular, I literally never crack this guy open. I have an old little one that I'm pretty decent at, but it has all the tabs. It shows me where everything is, and I want to be able to kind of feel out where it is and have a better feeling and understanding where certain verses are in the Bible. Whenever the pastor says to turn to, or whenever I want to look something up, I'll just want to be better at doing that. I literally can't find this, so it's proof right here. I'm not great at this. Okay, 3:5-6. Okay, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. So I just saw this, and it just stuck out to me. It stuck out to me because I think it's a great representation of having faith and not leaning on your own understanding. This is what I talked about here recently, a couple of videos ago, how the faith in God comes into play not whenever it's the science-based evidence. I think the science-based evidence points to there being a creator. I think everything does. The golden ratio, everything. I can go into great detail on how I believe that science points to a creator. But not only that, I think the faith aspect is extremely important when you're having your walk, and whenever you're having anxiety, and whenever you're having all these negative aspects of your life that you're dealing with. I think that having faith and leaning in him and trusting that you're not supposed to understand why some things happen in your life. You're not supposed to understand why the negative things play out this way. You're not supposed to understand why the positive things play out that way. And if you trust God and you're trying to, I didn't read the rest of that. It says at the end, in all of your ways submit to him, and he will make your pathway straight. Meaning, if you are walking hand in hand with God, hand in hand with Jesus, and you are pursuing something that aligns with his will and what you believe is his will, then you are going to achieve that goal. And that's when you can actually trust in him and have your faith in him, because you can't say, hey, God, help me walk this path of prostitution, and it's going to lead to you being protected and lead to you being, having a great career and you having a better relationship with God. That's not how it works. If you are doing things that are of the world and you're not, and these are things that you feel conviction in whenever you do them, and you're not able to, you're playing on the fence of life. That's whenever you're not going to walk a straight path, or at least it's going to feel like you have that anxiety. It's going to feel like you're not certain if this is the best decision to make, and you're going to start finding yourself doing small things wrong over and over and over again that will pile up into a emptiness and a horrible feeling. It'll be a feeling of emptiness, but also a feeling of like overwhelmed and everything. So it's a very strange feeling that I've dealt with myself, where I was playing on the line of being a Christian and a good man and doing all these things, but then I wasn't doing the good works. And I know that we're not saved by good works, but I understand that God has called us to do good works. And I wasn't doing that. I wasn't spreading the word hardly ever. I wasn't being the man that I wanted to be. And I assumed that since I was saved, I could do everything and ask for forgiveness. And even though I would feel bad after I'd asked for forgiveness, I just kept doing it and kept repeating the cycle. And it's stuff that I still do here, now in my life. But I've gotten better at understanding that if I'm going to feel conviction and even being in this realm, then I'm not going to go over there. I'm not going to go do this or that if I think that I'm going to fall into temptation. And I just recommend that you guys focus on good works and focus on, God and walking with him and putting your faith in him in a way that if you're pursuing something that glorifies him, it obviously betters yourself, and you can do both of those things. That's where you're not going to have that success anxiety. You're going to feel that fulfillment, and you're going to obviously just literally have a happier life. You're going to be more joyful. You're going to be more fun to be around. People are going to enjoy your presence. You're going to be a light in the darkness. There's no black and white. You're going to be the separation that people can see and feel in your presence whenever you enter a room. And it's not you, it's Jesus living through you. So yeah, that's basically it. Shout out to my boy Darius. That's his name. That's the dude that's getting baptized. Super proud of you, man. I know that you are a man of God and you have been. And I understand that we both have had our own challenges, but I am proud of you, and I am excited for what we're going to do as men of God, and that we're going to, be successful. And everybody's calling me right now, and walk along paths that glorify Him. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Gonna answer my roommate's phone call, then call back my girlfriend, and so thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a blessed one.